So it's official. Esdeath is the Madara Uchiha of Akame ga Kill. This chick made a giant ice pillar, shot little ice shards out of nowhere, shot a bigger ice shard out of that same giant pillar, and then made a fucking ice ball meteorite. I'm like, how is this chick going to be dealt with? Tatsumi had a very valid question. How is Akame going to take care of her? But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tatsumi needs to learn how to persuade the woman. I mean, she even said that we could do whatever the fuck you want to do right now, Tatsumi. All he had to do was lay down the pipe and then tell her what to do, because it's obvious she'll do just about anything that he wants her to do, and he hasn't even done anything with her yet. And that rape kiss, though, I mean, how many of these is going to happen in this entire series? But the biggest thing I took from this episode is around the end when Tatsumi says that he has a chance to escape by himself. He says, no, she took care of me, so I should at least do this. And he shouted out, hey, there's an exit over here or whatever. And around the end, well, at the very end, he says that next time they meet, they will be enemies. So this has me wondering, when they meet again, will he actually, have the resolve to take her out if he has the chance? Because he seems like I'm not going to say pure-hearted because he's killed people before, but, he seems like he has his emotions above everything else. Like, he cares about people that have cared for him. So is he really going to be able to finish off Esdeath if it does come to that after she did take care of him on that island? Because if it wasn't for her, I'll have to say Tatsumi would have got fucked up by those two danger beasts. But I don't know, it's really a tough call. But man, she is head over heels for this guy. She did not hesitate to tell this guy her life story, how her fucking Imperial Arms works, how she got it and everything. And like I said, he didn't even do anything. But this episode just shows us how crazy and badass Esdeath was before she even got her Imperial Arms. I mean, I can understand why she says the weak deserve to die, because her father has been preaching that to her whole life up until his death. And even at his death, he says, well, I was weak, so it can't be helped. So to hear that, all of your probably like teenage life, and to hear her dad say that I died because I was weak, that really has to have a humongous toll on her. So, I really don't blame her. She's not as crazy and sadistic as I thought she was. It's just how she was brought up, and she can't really help that. Not saying she isn't crazy and sadistic, because she is. But, I mean, there's a difference between being brought up to think a certain way than to actually become that way somehow because of some crazy ass event or something. And that guy in the hood, come to find out, he's the minister's son. Now, I would not have expected that, and I really wasn't expecting him to look like that. That dude looks pretty awesome. I mean, he's all muscular. He has the scar on the face and everything. I was expecting like an older psycho fucking mad scientist kind of guy. Just the fact that he is that minister's son, that tells me that what everyone's been telling me about how he's going to be like the biggest asshole ever, that's true. It has to be true, because anyone related to that asshole, the minister, has to be an asshole themselves. And did you see how he punched that female for almost no reason? I mean, she just asked him a question, and she was obviously shocked that he was related to the minister, and he just beat her ass for asking the fucking question. So that already puts a bad taste for this guy in my mouth. But I'm pretty sure that's not the part that everybody is talking about, like why I would hate him. I'm waiting on that still. But this entire episode was basically, like Esdeath said, a date between Tatsumi and her. And I really enjoyed seeing them together and spending time together, because when she does find out that he is in Night Raid, because I'm pretty sure that's going to happen hopefully sooner than later, it will be all that more difficult for them to fight each other, because it's obvious that Tatsumi is starting to like her. Maybe not in the way that she likes him, but, it's as a friend, because like he said at the end, he acknowledged that she took care of him, and even at one point he blurted out like, yeah, let's do this, without even thinking, which he usually only does with his friends. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to become of their relationship, if you could even call it that. But it was nice to get an explanation of why Esdeath is so badass, and how Tatsumi is so badass too, because in the first episode we were shown Tatsumi taking out this huge danger beast, And it's nice to see that, hey, he wasn't born this way. He was trained like everyone else. He was trained by this guy. He was taught how to forge weapons and etc. etc. But when they got back at the end, am I the only one that feels bad for Esdeath when she said, damn it, he ran away again, and she's looking all sad? I mean, I know she's an enemy per se, and I really can't call her a bad guy because what Night Raid doing isn't really good either. So who knows who's the real villain here? That's why I like this series, because it kind of makes you think outside the box. But I really do feel bad for her because all she wants is Tatsumi and he keeps running away. I'll take that back. The only bad guy in this series has to be the minister and some psycho people like his son. He's probably a bad guy. I mean, how can you take advantage of such a young boy to make him make decisions that just fucks up the capital like that? Like, he's the only bad person because his army is just following directions. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. They're not evil. So it really pisses me off that the reason that Tatsumi and Esdeath are on two different pages about most things is because of this minister guy. But unfortunately, this episode just completely just yells at you that Tatsumi and Esdeath are not going to get together. Although I should have known they wouldn't have before, but just based on the ending, how Tatsumi says, like, I'm for sure about this, we're going to be enemies next time, it really kind of hurt me because, I mean, they are so much alike and opposites at the same time. Like, Tatsumi seemed to really enjoy himself when he was hunting and gathering stuff with Esdeath, and I can really see them together, but that's not going to happen. So Esdeath is going to get her heart broken. I'm just waiting on it, which is going to suck because I love her character even more now that I know that she was brought up this way, that she didn't just turn psycho just because. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought about this episode. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.